The lore behind Lucien Fairfax. During the Age of Enlightenment, Albion was ruled by the Fairfax family in the capital city of Bowerstone. Residing in Fairfax Castle, the family were wealthy and well loved by the citizens, but, like all families, they had secrets. One member of this family was Lucien. Growing up, he knew that his family had a long history of mental illness. His grandmother had been locked in an attic many years before, as the family believed she had simply gone insane. The story the family had told Albion was that she had died giving birth to Lucien's father. He had also witnessed his sister's death at a very young age, which had left him with the mindset of feeling powerless. A combination of his family's mental illness and the constant feeling of being powerless would set him up for a challenging life. Growing up, he later met Helena, and they married, becoming Lord Lucien Fairfax and Lady Helena Fairfax. Later, they had a child, Amelia. All was good until Helena and Amelia contracted a mysterious illness which Lucien could not find a cure for. This illness killed both his wife and his daughter, taking away his happiness, leaving him alone in a deep depression. He began to fixate on his subjects throughout the streets of Bowerstone, yearning for the happiness that they possessed. The streets full of laughter, while he sat in his castle, alone in the silence. His yearning turning to anger that they would simply accept death as a part of life, instead of trying to find a way around it, believing the world to be insane. Looking for a way to change the world, Lucien researched Old Kingdom artifacts and began working with Garth, an Old Kingdom scholar from Samarkand. In Samarkand, a blind seer named Teresa discovers information on an Old Kingdom artifact called the Spire. This item was once a focal point for will energy and gave the user the ability to make a limitless wish. This spire had been used once before, that time resulting in the destruction of the Old Kingdom. She foresees that she will need the spire in the future, and so she uses Lucien's combined grief and wealth to manipulate his circumstances into building it. Together, Garth and Lucien discovers Teresa's information on the spire and sees it as a way to bring back his family, and also a way to create a new world without despair. Lucien and Garth search for the remains of this once great spire, eventually finding them deep in the ocean. Lucien hires hundreds of people to rebuild it, but with his plan in action, he realizes that the spire may not be completed in his lifetime, and so he resorts to enforced labor, kidnapping villagers from the local regions and forcing them to work on the spire. A necessary evil for a new world that was not flawed like the current Albion, seeing morality as a factor that would hold back greatness. He later brought in winners from the Crucible in Westcliff as a way to control the disobedience of his slaves, this being his way to regain some sort of power after his constant feeling of powerlessness. Over the months, the spire grew. With this, some of his workers began to die through constant accidents. Lucien grew numb to these deaths, believing they were worth it. His madness believing it was for the greater good, now numb to death and the well-being of his workers. He saw a world that would allow his family to be taken away as a world that was unworthy of existence. and it was his job to change it. With the Spire now starting to collect will energy, Lucien was able to become a will user, and gained the power of foresight, and began having visions of a blind, hooded woman, which he didn't understand. Garth later informed him that in order to access the power of the Spire required 3 heroes that held the embodiment of the hero skills of old. The hero of skill, the hero of strength, and the hero of will. He also discovered that there would be a 4th hero that embodied all of these disciplines. This hero was destined to stop him. With pieces of the Spire being able to react to will energy, he believed that implanting small shivers of the Spire into a man would grant him will powers. With the experiment, the Commandant were born, a human and Spire hybrid. These experiments disgusted Garth, but Lucien hoped he would not leave, as he believed that Garth may be one of his needed heroes. Searching for these heroes, Lucien became aware of 2 children in Bowerstone and brought them to the castle, in the hope that they would be 2 of the heroes that he was looking for. Standing on an Old Kingdom relic, it notified him that neither of them were the heroes he was looking for, and instead, one of them was the 4th hero. In a panic, he shot both of them, believing his main threat to be dead, and he left Castle Fairfax and sailed for the Spire, where he lived for 20 years, overseeing its construction. While away, Bowerstone became aware of his crimes and considered him a tyrant. Now aware of Lucien's mental state and his plan to create a new Albion, Garth parted ways with Lucien and went into hiding. Eventually, Lucien found Garth and imprisoned him in the Spire, but the 4th hero that he had believed to be dead infiltrated the Spire and spent 10 years under Lucien's nose and rescued him. Angry, he believed that the 4th hero would gather the 3 heroes for a plan to bring him down, and so he waited for them all to be together. After biding his time, the heroes all gather together on Hero Hill, and Lucien ambushes them, taking Garth, Hammer and Reaver to the Spire, shooting the 4th hero again. Believing the hero to be actually dead, he returned to the Spire and began the ritual to channel their energy in order to unlock the power of his Spire. The ritual is disrupted by the 4th hero, who had survived again, and the hero uses an Old Kingdom artifact, the music box, to strip Lucien of all of his power, leaving him as a weak, old man, where one strike from the hero knocks him from the central platform to his death. With his life set up from the start for failure, Lucien tried to have a normal life, but the death of his family, combined with the manipulation of Theresa, turned him into the man that almost changed Albion. And so I ask, was Lucien truly a monster? Or was he simply another victim of Theresa's manipulation? Hello heroes, thank you for watching this little episode on Lucien Fairfax. What did you think? What would you like me to cover next? As always, like, share and subscribe if you found this interesting. Join our Discord. Now, enjoy your day. Bye.